everybody, welcome to Behind the Mastermind episode 10. We are with Cracking Nut Mysteries, and we're gonna crack that nut and get to know them a little bit better. And but before we do so, we do have exciting news. We have a raffle that we need to announce for episode 8. So
here's
It's for S.O.U.P cakes.
For sure.
And remember, whoever the raffle winner is, it is your choice to pick which game you want from the archives as long as it's available in stock.
Yes. So let's see who the lucky winner is.
Who's the lucky winner? S.O.U.P Kings is amazing. You're gonna have a really good time with this one. All right. Oh, gosh, I'm gonna try to...
All right. What do we have?
Who's it?
Jim Meyer.
Congratulations! You have just won a game from S.O.U.P Kings, and you're gonna be really happy with it because we played 2 of their games already, and we had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so going into the exciting part of today's interview, we have Peggy, and we also have Angela from Cracking Nut Mysteries.
Yeah.
Hey. Hi, guys.
How are you doing? First of all. Okay, great.
I know she was like already starting to make that drink prior to the game.
Yeah.
So she's like ready for some serious action later.
Yeah, it's sitting right over here melting.
Don't tell anyone yet. We'll let the viewers, we'll try to get this out the way and then we'll get to that.
Nice.
All right, so we're going to ask them questions so we can learn more about Cracking Nut Mysteries, but in particular, their game.
We're going to also introduce them. They have 3 games that they've created. One is the Double Major.
That was our first, yep.
Recently played. We actually played it backwards because we played your recent one first, and then we went back and played your first one.
We were in reverse.
And then we played Root of All Evil, which is the second one we played.
No. We played or they put out?
Played.
Oh yeah.
But that one is the middle game, and then the newest one is S.O.U.P.
Yep.
Really awesome. If anyone who is a fan of them and know what S.O.U.P stands for, type it into the chat.
Yeah, that's not the secret phrase. It's just a challenge for you guys. If you know what S.O.U.P means and what it's abbreviated for, type it in.
Pretty awesome. But that was not the first game that you guys created. The first game you created was at a Secret Santa exchange in 2018. We're going to get back to that story because I want to ask that last because it sounds really interesting. But first, we know that you guys want to focus a little more on the talk of Root of All Evil today. So we're going to give you a little bit of time to give a shout out to your other 2 games though, because we really can't pick a favorite.
Yeah, I mean, if we were to like really like try to at least pick one, I'm leaning more towards Root of All Evil mainly because of the genre.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But all 3 were so much fun.
They're definitely for different people. I mean, we've had a lot of people order all 3, and our whole goal has been to kind of have something for everyone, so they're all very different.
Absolutely, yeah. And I love that. I love that you were able to cater to a lot of different demographics.
Yeah, well, look, you have a fan who's...
Jillian Raymond came in right away. Society for the Observation of Unknown Phenomena. Great job, Jillian.
Brownie points.
And she's one that has played all 3 of our games as well.
Wow, nice. So we wanted to know what your earliest and your latest, and I mean, we talked about this before, but in terms of games and genres wise, how do you come up with the concept of so many variations? Like, one that's like horror themed, one is all of a sudden like a travel around the world, and then now you have someone who's like missing, and you're all of a sudden jumped into like a college theme. It's so different.
Well, like you said, the Double Major was born out of a Secret Santa back in 2018, actually July of 2018. The admin of the Mysterious Subscription Discussion Group asked if anyone would be interested in doing a Secret Santa where the members of the group created an original experience for another member. So it sounded fun. I mean, we had never done anything like that, but out of that came Double Major. Not easily though. I mean, we spent 2 months working on a game centered around D.B. Cooper.
Okay.
And then we scratched it and started Double Major, but even the beginnings of Double Major and how it ended we're not even similar. It was a winding path.
It never is. I mean,
Yeah.
it usually like starts with a concept and then it starts to trickle and change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of time frame, though, which game took you the longest?
Oh, yeah.
Took us the
The
longest.
longest to make. Well, actually, at Root of All Evil came the next year and again was a Secret Santa. So it took just as long.
You're pumping these games out like, every quarter? You're like,
And I admire people that can put out a monthly game or even a weekly puzzle, because that is not us at all. I mean, it takes us a year, and we're trying to work on this year's Secret Santa, and we have nothing. And I'm in charge of it this year, and we have over 50 people participating.
Yeah.
And we're probably the only group or person that doesn't even have a concept yet. Nothing.
Okay, it's not a few more months.
yeah. I mean, it'll probably
Sure.
come one day, sitting at dinner, and it's like, got it. I know.
And that's a lot how it works sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
all of a sudden. I mean, we do know that we do our best brainstorming when we're driving. So sometimes we'll just have to go for a drive and pray for the best.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I usually keep a book next to my bed because when I'm sleeping or laying down and I can't sleep and have like ideas racing, then I just turn over and start writing something real quick.
That happens, but usually it's in the morning when we didn't write it down, and it's like, I had the perfect game in my sleep, but I don't remember what it was. So
That's a great excuse to give the traffic cop, right? It's like, oh, I was speeding because I was really thinking on the things. and
right. Yeah.
I just
Yes.
lost track of.
Can I interest you in a free game?
Yeah. By the way, this is my business card. We're cracking up mysteries. So we have some comments. So as they come in, we'll start to just
Yeah.
relay these to you.
And if you guys have any questions, for sure, just
Yeah,
send them
please
in.
ask because I
Okay.
know everyone wants to learn more about cracking up mysteries.
Yeah.
So Ace, Michelle Paul said the concept will come soon enough. We also agree.
We loved all the confidence.
Ace from Team Bluefish, yes. He says they really appreciate you, Angela, and also
He doesn't have a comment.
they don't have a
So
concept.
you-
They are participating. They are participating in these Secret Santas, so it's nice to know that we're not the only ones this far behind.
We go.
Nice. All right, continue on with our question.
Yes.
So, how long did it take for you to actually have these, little props collected for each game? Because you have so many little things like, fake blood, holy water. If we're talking about Root of Evil, you have the jewelry and the chalice. Oh
Too
my
much,
goodness.
too much, too much.
Photos already, but I just wanted to express how detailed your games are, and in terms of the genuine quality of the items, they feel so real.
Really
that
like immersiveness in a box.
Yeah,
You really
totally
provide
creeped
that.
me out for a few days. I couldn't sleep because I was thinking maybe I didn't really clear out all the demons, and I didn't do the ritual right. I was kind of like, oh my god. What are they gonna do?
Right. You better hope you got it right.
That was actually
I don't want to give anything away, but there
that was
are
actually me.
people
I was
out
actually
there.
mocking her. Also,
Well, there are people that haven't gotten it right. I will tell you that they're not joining us today. How's that?
Nice.
Rita Orloff. She thinks that all creators are behind at the moment,
Oh,
which is probably true because everyone's very busy with their own projects.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of Rita, we have gotten a lot of compliments on the hint site for S.O.U.P. And definitely, she set the bar with Tale of Ord for hint sites, and Eric Ackley, who's joining us, helped me. Well, I helped him a little put together the hint site, and I know Rita's was his template, so she really set it up there, and happy to have it to work toward.
I mean, yeah, I feel like for us too, like we're that kind that didn't like to like start sweating after like 2 hours and don't have like a direction of where to go.
Yeah, we were actually talking to Rita about that, about how some creators.
But we're that type that would need to like finish the game, so we would literally be there for until like 4 a.m. and be like, please give us.
I gotta find out what happened.
like emailing him and stuff.
Oh, by the way, that answers Michelle's question. She was asking. She's a big hint person because she's a novice. But do you have hint systems for any of the games? And the answer is yes, they do.
All the games. Yeah. So we actually use a lot of them, so we know.
And Eric said, damn right.
That's right.
Okay. Actually, do we want to so that they get a chance to?
Oh yeah. So like, if anybody wants to order these games until the end of the month, they are going to give a 10% off on all their games if you use the code Roomers10. How amazing is that?
Yeah, Roomers 10 until the end of August.
And our website is officially up. Thank you, Eric. As of today. crackinupmysteries.com. So
now
I've already been on the website. It looks really good.
Now you just have to catch up with Instagram, Twitter, and like every 100 of the other social media platforms.
I just got a Instagram for Dummies, so that's next on my list of things to learn. Eric,
you're gonna have to. This is the world we live in.
Okay, so I mean, talking about the the little gadgets and the all exciting like props and whatnot. Do you have different vendors that you purchase them from? And like, what if you're missing one? That means you can't send out the entire game. How does that work?
Yeah.
well, COVID really put a damper on our components.
Why?
So we were so far behind, and people were wonderful, and people that had paid and were waiting for their games were really patient with us, and we were very grateful. We ended up changing pretty much every
Everyone.
single vendor. Where we had been waiting 3-4 months for something, we ordered from a new vendor and we had them in 3 days. So now we don't stress about the components as much, but we have been in a situation where one thing, we don't have it. So we hit the resale shops looking for something that'll fit the description in the story so it works.
Wow.
Yeah, every once in a while somebody gets something that's a little different.
Yeah.
Those are the key.
That's how you know it's very personalized.
You mean the blood that I got was real?
All right.
We did a lot of research on blood.
Who had a paper cut and needed to?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I don't want to let the feed to scroll too fast, so let's get some of the questions out the way. Michelle wanted to know: is there a bundle pack special available, and also how is it working as a mom-daughter partnership?
Yeah.
And do you both agree and disagree on concepts and ideas, and do you brainstorm?
Well, our
We
concepts and
disagree all the
ideas,
time.
the concepts and ideas are so few and in between. We can't afford to not vet every single one.
Right.
But we definitely have had our moments.
Yeah, and for Root of All Evil, she had an idea and I had an idea. So she ran with hers and I ran with mine. And then when we were talking about them, we just stuck them both together. And
It ended
That was
up
it.
that, it was like, she's like, you just work on yours. I'm going to work on mine. We'll reconvene. And so we did, and it worked out that we were able to kind of work with both stories. And the Root of All Evil is based on the Traverse City State Hospital, which was Northern Michigan Asylum, right here in our town. So it was fun and interesting doing the research, and the tree is real.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
You see this is
Yeah,
on the ground.
now she's not going to sleep for the next couple of months because now it's based on.
Oh no.
Thanks.
You might want to go back and have another look at the ritual.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you have any holy water left. If not, so sorry for you.
Coming back that for you.
I just want to add on to Michelle's question regarding the agreement and disagreement. So do you come up with the concept, like, let's say, all right, we're doing something that's root of all evil, and then go do it? Or is it you coming up with your own idea from the beginning? Like, or do you agree on something to start with as overall, and then go and...
Yeah, I mean, just so
They were way different. She was stuck on the asylum and I was out in left field.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from the beginning, you guys compromised and then went with that.
Yep.
Okay.
That kind of gives me a little like a question in terms of like the ending part of it, right? Because I always feel like your ending is the most amazing part of the storyline. It always gives me like goosebumps and like, you know, little like chills and like, oh my god, that's what happened. So like, do you work from the ending and then create the puzzles and story, or do you work and then you're like, yeah, our evil minds is telling us to give a little twist. It's gonna like happen. Like, how do you go from beginning to end?
Well, it's kind of like, well, especially Root of All Evil, it's kind of like writing a novel. You know, you have a plot or a story, and with that one, we knew the journal was going to make it or break it. I mean, because there was so much reading, and I couldn't be that cruel and crash, so my mom wrote that.
I was gonna ask about that. I was like, who are the
Thanks,
writers
Peggy.
behind
There were many times throughout it that she said, I am most certainly going to hell after this.
Now, just a minute, let me get back in his head here,
Yes.
you know.
And even with Double Major, you know, we're like, you know what, we need to kill them.
Yes.
And
Cut
let's
off
cut
their
off her
hands.
hands. And of course my dad is just looking at us horrified, because I'm like, so on it. I'm going to go do an article. And I, you know, so but it comes together. We don't have it all in our head when we start.
Oh, goodness, no.
It comes together over time, and
pretty sick.
the endings have just
Thinking about that all the time.
It's like I have this idea that I can't get out of my head. That's
Yeah.
So, I mean, you were talking about the journal in Double Major, so I had a question. Who was the writer behind that one? Because that one had a little rated R scenario in there that I'm like, like, is this appropriate for mother-daughter team talk right now?
I don't know if we want to.
I mean, I'm not giving away anything, but
for the journal and Root of All
no, in
Evil.
Double Major, there was like a part in there with chemistry is related.
Oh, I did that. Yeah.
I knew it. Well, it can't be the mob. It was a little graphic.
Yes, I just thought that was way too funny. And of course, for that one, I'm trying to be a college boy. And so I thought it was appropriate. Not really sure, but it sounded good to me.
Yeah, the only thing you were missing probably is like frat parties and marijuana and stuff. I think you
We
captured
actually did start to write that in at one point.
Yeah.
And one of our beta testers said they didn't like it. They like, you know, kind of that they were good kids getting wrapped up in a bad situation. So we nixed that.
Okay.
I mean, you have good enough content in there.
Yeah, there's.
Like, to express the college lifestyle.
Yeah, we felt it.
Yeah.
Good.
Rufus Game says they just checked the new website out and it looks awesome. Jillian and Raymond, what has been your favorite part of game design?
It's
Why does it feel like she's like nothing?
It's the
It's the ahas. It's when people send us a message or leave feedback and they love it, or they have a favorite part, and it makes it all worth it. All the hard work, all the bickering, all the late nights. It's just, that's what makes it so worth it.
Yeah,
Look,
that's understandable.
look, Michelle's as scared as I am because she didn't do the ritual.
Yeah.
She didn't do the ritual.
Do we have an answer from Michelle Paul regarding the bundle pack being offered? Is there one available yet?
Thought about that.
Not yet.
All three at the same time.
or even like 2 out of 3, or
We've done that on an individual basis.
Yeah.
Mostly it happens for people internationally because
The shipping.
the shipping. So we work it out with them because the shipping is
So,
ludicrous.
yes.
So we've done a lot of research and finding just the right box so that we're not wasting space and their money. So,
But we could.
we'll talk to Eric and
Yeah.
work that into our website for sure.
Aw, look.
that's so nice of you.
Yeah. You can do all 3 now at one time. We're gonna do a few of our questions.
Yeah,
too
let's.
before we so I noticed that you really like personalizing your games, which I feel like out of all the companies we play, this is like the one that, personalizes like everything. We have our like personal IDs, we have a pin, we have our, like my birthdays, my names in the game. So I'm just wondering, like, how long does that take you, and what kind of process is that? Because some of the information is actually in the journal. So how do you do that?
We have the journal printed, except for the pages that I personalize after we get an order, and then we bind it and everything ourselves. So, same with, we learned a lot about bookbinding.
Oh,
We also bind Root of All Evil ourselves, so.
Wow.
Mhm.
Let's show our viewers
This is
quality in that.
stuff. I don't even
texture
find it
and.
themselves.
By the way, here are our cards, our soup cards, which we are so thankful for. Especially this one who's taking a nap right now.
Yes.
She's been doing pet detective sniffing all night, so she's
Very kind
off the clock right now.
And that's the best part about making each game individually as it comes in. We do everything. We make the heart, we do the wood burning on the boxes,
We sew the journal
we
covers.
sew the journals, we do every single thing. So we can do that. We can make it very personalized.
Yeah, I mean this right here, the wood burning on this box and the etching and engraving on it is. Yeah.
It's a real family affair. My dad makes the boxes for us, and my sister and brother-in-law laser engrave them.
Wow.
And they also do our pins, which we just got, our crack a nut pins.
So when we actually opened this, right, there was this like scent. I felt it. It was like an ancient like smell. How did you do that? Was that like?
We don't know. Do we want to know the answer to this one?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm already in it. I need to know. So that's.
That's just the stain.
Yep.
Okay, because.
We stain them and then hurry up and pound them all together so it holds on to that.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
And we did a photo that it was like half buried in the ground, and people thought it was a stock photo, and we're like, no, we can't afford that. We have to do everything. We run out back and dug a hole and threw the box in, and so
we gave it the natural smell. It actually was at the ground, and then we dug it up.
And the moss. I mean, it's that stuff. I mean, we were done with the game and we're putting them together, and I'm like, oh my God, just a minute. And I run in, and I grab some stuff out of the craft box, and I come out, and I'm like, we got to put some moss in it. I mean, and that's usually how it kind of happens. Just as we're doing it, we think of something, so we run with it.
Even before I opened the box, I loved the game. Because I was like, wait, I need to use something to crack this thing open. Like, it wasn't like unseal and
It's like,
pull
I
out.
can use brutal force.
I was like, I can actually
Awesome.
grab a hammer and,
But I was telling them, like, if you didn't tell us, we'd be sitting there like an entire hour, just be like, okay, there must be a secret way to open this. And haven't discovered yet. Like, we need to.
It's the habit for being an escape room player. It's always 2-finger rule and, be gentle.
Yes, there's got to be a way.
Michelle wants to know, do you create your papers to be vintage? How do you do that? Like the vintage look on your paper? Because she loves it. And her cat
loves it too.
If we dip them and crinkle them and iron them.
We've done it. We've tried soy sauce.
Oh gosh, yes.
We've tried
Worcestershire.
and some things we can't dip, so I hand do them with shoe polish.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Well, guys, there's so
You're giving
many
away some
secrets.
tips. Yeah, there's a lot of tips.
It's free.
So I'm gonna get, these aren't necessarily questions, they're more comments. Angela, Peggy, you guys are awesome. Thanks for the amazing games. That's from Allie. And something about the hippie tree. That's coming for.
Yeah.
Tree.
Yeah, and then Rita has a question. Where do you find your inspiration? Is it most driven by the story, puzzles, or the props components?
No, all that comes afterwards. It's just hit and miss.
It is. I mean,
And then we decide what we're going to throw in there as
Yeah.
props.
and a lot of time, I mean, we were at a garage sale and there was this awesome box and this cool book next to it, and we're both like, oh, gotta get this, So we hope that we'll see something that'll give us that spark to come up with the story. But we're in a severe writer's block right now, so
We got a lot of props and nothing to go with it.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just collecting them away.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do we have another?
Rita
one?
also said the ritual was the best part, though.
Oh, good.
Michelle also wanted to know what sets Crack a Nut games apart from others. I can answer this one for you guys.
I think it's the personalization.
Yes, I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay, so going on to our question. Oh, first of all, let's reveal the secret phrase.
Oh,
For
is
the
it time?
amazing-
Is it really time?
Yes.
So what are they gonna get for the secret?
So if you are going to be the lucky winner, you're going to get an entire soup collection. Personalized
Wow.
game, mug, sticker, decal, and face mask. Let's enter also. This is amazing.
Okay, so the secret
This
phrase.
just came today, finally. We were
Ooh.
happy to get the decal today, and here's the mug.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, this logo is so amazing. And actually, S.O.U.P was born out of a Secret Santa as well,
Yeah.
but not ours. Jen McPhillamy was the mastermind behind S.O.U.P. We traded her Root of All Evil for S.O.U.P, so we got to play it. And when we loved it so much, we're like, you've got to make more of these and sell them. And she didn't want to, so we worked it out. So we had to change some things, obviously, to make it not for one person,
Right.
where the website came in and just some tweaks here and there, but the all the puzzles were original to her.
Mhm.
The logo, absolutely her, and she also did our Crack a Nut. She just out of the blue sent me it and said, "What do you think of this?"
And
Like-
girl with the cutie.
Aw.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so cute. I love it.
So all you need to do is type in the secret phrase. Actually, we shouldn't even tell them, so maybe we can get the mug and the mask.
No. All right. The secret phrase is puzzle games are my crack.
Puzzle games on my crack. Type that in your comment section below. Here,
Oh, that's awesome.
YouTube, IGTV, wherever we're posting this video. Until the next episode 11, you have until then to enter for free into the raffle for that amazing soup package prize.
Yeah, that's really awesome. All right, so continue on with our questions. So in your other two games, we feel like there was a lot more puzzle involvement than the Root of All Evil, which really highlights on the story. So in terms of like the importance, I mean, I feel like the props are a really important add-on as their element in the game. So, and then the story is what drove behind it. So for double major, right, especially with like the
little.
Yeah, that little hidden thing. So who's the genius? Well, you already told me like who the writers are behind these scripts, but are they always going to be like one in like either you or your mom, or is there another writer that comes in as well? Is it just like a
Is it mainly just
team?
the two of you going together? I mean,
Wow.
combining together, and that's amazing.
That is
That's
amazing.
really amazing.
Yeah.
So far, it's just us.
Yeah, because
Wow.
I feel like the writing, like the way that they characterize things. Like if you didn't tell me, I would be like, oh, it's just like the one for the college, obviously someone who's young and like happy and like a
Hey,
dude.
what are you saying?
And then there's word of all evil.
That's rock to the old priest.
Did you borrow anything from your son in terms of like, hey, high school life? What's the latest phrase?
Yeah, that's
and
what I mean. I feel like she's like she knows like everything about like.
Or is it just pure research?
Yeah, it's so crazy. And then the priest.
I'm just incredibly immature. And it's not that big of a secret.
Oh my
You
Wow.
can try to sugarcoat it, but
That's what it
Okay.
is.
I think it's your outlet to kind of channel another character and just start.
growing up reading, our family were huge readers. And I think
Okay.
that's probably where it comes from, is
Yeah.
just being able to think that way. I had a lot of fun doing the hints for soup. I haven't had that much fun in a long time. I got to be sarcastic and dense.
God rated. All right, so in terms of ciphers, right, we feel like you guys definitely have like the most in terms of variations in the ciphers that we've ever seen in puzzle games, and we learned so much from you just because initially I was like, no, we need to like study on ciphers before we play their game because eventually we're gonna come onto one that we have no idea what's about. So if the cipher king queen behind these designs, who is it?
That's me.
Her.
Wow. So whenever we go back to playing escape rooms in person, we're gonna call you and say, "Hey, Angela, we come play with us." Like, we heard this game has like tons of different ciphers. Like, we might.
Are you the type of person that remembers like Morse code by heart? Because we know.
We know someone. Yeah.
I don't
We know a couple people.
But there, from a component that I've had to make and make and make,
Yeah.
I've definitely got one phrase in my head that I will always know.
Yeah.
What's the phrase? I'm so curious.
What's your secret phrase?
Curiosity killed you.
Oh,
Okay.
curiosity has been used so much.
Yeah.
In every single like
Sometimes it's
company
best just
name
not
or like
to.
puzzle name, there's always curiosity.
Eric Ackley wants to know, how do you make the heart? You were referring to making the heart.
Oh,
That's
it's clay over a mold, and then we dry it, and then we fill it and put the bottoms on it, and she paints them.
Wow. I thought you actually bought all of these
Yeah.
in bulk.
Because there's a price under it. I was like, oh,
again, can't afford it. We got-
Wow.
This is a shoestring operation.
we do everything.
wow.
I feel like that was the heaviest item in the package.
Yes,
It's actually way lighter
Oh.
than it was when we started.
yes.
Our goal was to get both double major and root of all lever under 4 pounds because the cost for postage skyrockets
Yeah.
over that 4 pound limit. So both of them, every little thing, especially root of all evil, we changed the bottle that the holy water
Yeah.
was in. We changed the crucifix. Just anything we could do to bring it down, literally ounces.
Wow.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always talk about shipping with the crate.
Every
the one,
owner.
Yeah, one thing they complain about is shipping. So.
Yeah. Every owner,
Everyone.
developer that we spoke with,
Yeah.
shipping is always a challenge and a topic.
Yeah. So I mean, since I know you have a lot of games that you personalize, and there's a lot of props enhanced experience. How do you control how many prints you do per game? Because if there's players out there that are asking like, well, how many more root of all evils do you have? Are you almost sold out? Like, are you going to print more?
Yeah. How do you anticipate how many quantities to make?
We, at any given time, try to keep 10. We, other than with my issue with the computer, which is still not taken care of,
After
which is why we've got external speakers going right now. But we always try to keep 10 and we try to ship next day.
Yeah.
We are going to try to cut down so that we're shipping twice a week so that it's not every single day.
This is all we do every day.
I know the feeling. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like like the way that they do the personalization, though, it does give like the players a memorable moment. Like there's always something.
there's so many
that we
aha
can,
moments
yeah,
or
talk
wow
about.
moments.
So that was definitely something that you did right, for
Yeah.
sure.
And that's our favorite part, I think,
Yeah.
is that people enjoy that personalization.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the inspiration probably draws from, is the satisfaction from customers enjoying their creativity.
So going back to that, because I know I wanted to ask this question before, but going back to that first drawing game in the Super Fan Exchange, can you tell that story? And I know you also mentioned about the Secret Santa project in 2020. If people wanted to join that, what is that about? So secretive.
This year I actually started a group for it because we have so many. So anyone that wants to participate, it's called Secret Santa Project on Facebook, and there's no limitations. You can make a story, you can make puzzles, it can be 1 mailing or 5, it can cost $2 or $20, as long as you ship it by Christmas. And the other years we have given the names out so you knew way ahead of time who you were making it for. Unfortunately, we've had people flake out, and which is why Double Major even happened, because we ended up sending 4 of ours to make up for people that weren't going to get a gift. And so had that not happened, the other games probably would have never happened, because enough people played them and they were like, this is awesome, you guys should make more. So we did.
Yeah.
So that's it. We're right now, people have, we started in July, but people obviously can still join because we don't even have an idea yet. So, and once we come up with it, we'll spend like a month or 2, then we'll ditch it and start from scratch. So really, as of, come November 1st, that's when I'm gonna give people the names. Right now, we have a thread going in that group that is where they live and what their interests are. So if somebody sees somebody that they would like to make theirs for, I'm making note. I'm going to try to accommodate that for everyone, especially for shipping. Keep the countries the same, keep shipping down.
I kind of feel like you kind of have to like alert people that like, no, this is not your secret stalker. This is like, like eventually when the game comes, it's like, oh, just so you know, this is coming from the Secret Santa program. Like you're not being stalked, and there's no photo taken from you because mine's personalized so much. It's like, how do you know I live in Arizona?
Yeah.
Like,
She does her research. We have a question from Bluefish Games. Is there a theme that you really want to create a game for? That's probably the...
I keep coming back. I really want to do one that deals with time travel or...
This is where we argue.
Yes.
Okay.
Or even like
time travel.
an altered dimension or something. But I keep saying it and it keeps going nowhere.
I mean, what about Peggy? Does she have one that she wants to do?
Do you have
I'm in the past and she's in the future. So.
Back to the past.
Which my whole thing is, see, if we do a time one, we can do that.
It's gonna happen.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
It will.
That's the one.
Well, I mean, and while we're working on the Secret Santa this year, which we've decided is not going to be our next Crack a Nut game. This is going to be an actual original Secret Santa. but we're also working on our next Crack a Nut game. So
Yeah.
we do have that going. Even though we're not really making any traction with Secret Santa, we are moving forward with our next game.
So that was my next question. Any future stuff, like is there going to be like a Kickstarter or subscription, or are you guys always going to keep this as a family?
No.
It's going to stay the way it is. Yep.
And any kind of little spoilers on the game coming?
Next one.
Well, it has nothing to do with future or time travel.
The one thing that I wrote down is I think it would be gamified literature. So that's the hint.
Okay. You heard it first, viewers. That's directly from Angela's post-it note.
That's right. It's right there.
The pirate game is going to come from that.
Yeah.
It's a cipher, by the way.
Many post-its now. More than one. Nice.
So we have a comment from Anthony Lawson. Angie, it is funny you mentioned time travel. I was just thinking that. I have a plot for you. Dun, dun, dun.
That's my brother. He was here earlier. Come back.
Yes.
I want to talk to you.
See, all it took was a drive for him to leave, and then it's like, oh, wait, ding.
I came back. I have an idea.
Yep. Come back over. I have a drink for you.
Thank you for that, Anthony. Are we?
Yeah, we're at our time.
Okay.
To
So let me hide this for a second because we're gonna get into something with Angela and Peggy.
So excited.
Yeah. So we're gonna play our game, which is called.
All right.
There it is. Pink squirrel. Yeah, the cherry fell, but
Aww.
Oh no. Well, what were you drinking or about to drink? What is your drink?
it is called a pink squirrel, which I tried to come up with something that fit our theme, but that was as close as I could get. So it's amaretto, white cream de cocoa,
Oh, that sounds amazing.
ice cream, and then whipped cream and the cherry, and I made it pretty here with some pink.
Oh my
pink
God!
sugar.
You might as well just get all the answers wrong, so you can.
Yeah, let's move here.
Can we name drop what type of amaretto or alcohol brand you're using? Do you even
The cheap one.
Well, shout out to them.
And
I'm gonna switch it up a little bit.
Peggy's so cute that she's also wearing pink.
Yeah,
Oh, she's got her
Oh
soup.
yes, this is my soup.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
you actually have sweaters too.
That's not in the raffle.
I got my Crack a Nut one on too.
Oh
So
my goodness.
we're all logoed out.
We have our boys representing for us behind us with our late nameplates. So that's about it. I'm going to be drinking a beverage that is called Truly, which is hard seltzer, and it's strawberry lemonade. So
Nice.
I've never tried one of these.
He's
We're gonna
going
see
back
what
to
happens.
fruity again.
Yeah, it's the middle of the day. Otherwise, it's going to be a really long nap after this.
We're not drinking. Oh,
All right, so here's how we play. We ask Crack a Nut a question regarding their own game or games, and if they get
this
it
one
right,
is going to be all for Root of All Evil, just because
okay,
we
for
were gonna
Root of
ask.
All Evil.
And
If
just
they get it right,
easier.
I drink. If they get it wrong, well,
It's going to be tough because you guys have so many little details in the games. It's very easy for me to pick out something that could just make you drink forever.
this is gonna work in your
I'm-
favor.
It wasn't that harsh, so we'll see.
All right, so from the time, we start after CC or I ask you the question.
Alright.
Okay.
Your first question is, what month and year did the story begin in Root of All Evils?
Well, the mother died, and
I think it was like October 12, 1945.
I'm asking for the year and
The journal?
on the postcard. That first one.
On the back of the postcard.
a postcard.
Oh, by the way,
Postcard? This
by the way, if
one.
anybody wants to help them, you can.
This postcard.
All right, it's the number 1885. Cheers! I thought it had a little.
News to me.
special meaning or something. That's why.
You were close. I heard you say October, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was going for the first day in the journal.
Okay.
Oh, that would have been a good.
And I was going for
I
the
should go for
mother.
that.
Admission slip.
All right. Second question for you is: who's the first priest that owned the Holy Bible? Brownie points if you know the year.
Oh, that's in the Bible. It's Jeremiah. 1861.
Oh, so close. You gotta drink half.
We'll both drink.
Oh, 1842.
Jeremiah Joseph.
You said it.
1842.
All right.
Very good. Cheers.
That's only, you know why I know that? Because I have to keep reloading all my fonts with this whole computer problem. So I was reloading fonts again last night, and that's one of the ones that I need to pull up a font for each name.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So your computer helped in some sense.
In some-
Yeah,
Mentally,
I should thank them.
Yeah. And they'd hear us if we had speakers, right?
all right.
You got Jeremiah real quick. It was like the first answer.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but
Just out of
Okay.
I don't know if I could name very many of the people in there.
I couldn't do any of them. So.
Yeah, so I was like, I'll give them
Daniel Dorr.
All right.
Third question.
But, yeah. By the way, viewers, if you know the answer and they need help, chime in. Help them.
Third question
We'll take it.
is what is the birthplace of Elizabeth?
Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah, Illinois.
Do you know the town or the city?
Oak Park.
Oak Park.
Really?
You're like, wait, that was you?
Are you sure? How did you know that?
The birthplace of who?
Of
Elizabeth.
who exactly? She's like, well, birthplace of who?
She didn't.
Who did you say?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Oh, yes. That's what I say every time.
And you know
And
what?
it's not Elizabeth.
It's Elizabeth is the intake person that signed the form.
Oh.
It was like the first thing that was on the top. So I was like,
Yes, and I always think it's Elizabeth, so I get it wrong.
She gets it wrong every time. It's Dora Whitmore.
Oh, but it worked in your favor this time, though.
Because that's what she thinks it is. Well, one day we're putting boxes together to send out, and I don't know why, but I looked on the back of the photo that has the two kids on it, Francis and Claire, and it says Daniel and Claire on the back of all of them. I'm like,
A whole big pack of them.
and of course she signs all the back, so I'm like, who the hell is Daniel? What are you talking about? I'm like, who wrote Daniel on all of these?
That's his nickname.
I'm like, I don't even know how I could explain that if everybody opened that box.
It was Daniel, yeah. You know,
Be like, who's Daniel? Daniel? Ooh.
You know, Angela, you're going to have to come up with your own cipher that decodes Francis to Daniel.
Yeah, something happened.
Daniel must be in the sequel.
Yeah.
You heard it, viewers. There might be.
Oh my God, you're just bringing on war jobs yourself.
All right. Question number 4 is: what are the letters? What are the letters on the cross?
On the back of the cross?
The front.
On the front. Oh, on the little thing. INRI.
Cheers. Good job.
I didn't know that, but she did.
We heard her.
That's
We just
why
wanted.
you guys are a team.
Yeah.
All right, last
Okay.
one. We have number 5.
Number 5 is.
In the newspaper, there are cartoon drawings in one of them. What cartoon are they from?
there was a guy. Oh, come on. Gary's ball.
The paper's from 1943. How am I going to know that?
I don't either.
I love it.
I just know I've seen him because he's on the back of the thing.
We
I don't know.
actually have a whole stack of newspapers that we found at an estate sale from those years. So when I would need something for the back of the ones I make, I would just grab a newspaper and use it.
We can give you a hint. It's pretty popular.
He loves
character.
spinach.
Dagwood? Oh, Popeye.
We'll drink together on that one.
So you mean like not all the articles backs are the same? Like they're all different? Not the cartoon.
Oh no, they're all the same,
Oh.
but I just, when I needed to make them all,
She just
I would just
grabbed one.
grab,
Oh, I see. Okay.
Gotcha.
so they were actual, whatever's on the back of them. I don't even know what's on the back of them.
So we do have a bonus think or drink question for you. In 1935, on March 8th, what was announced by Mark on the Western Union?
Doris had died. Dora had
I
died.
didn't even start the clock yet. Like, cheers, give it up for cracking the movies. Thank you for playing Think or Drink with us. We had a wonderful time.
Cheers. Yep, you heard it right
I
here.
got it.
We're gonna just give everyone that discount code again,
Yeah,
just so that they know and they
10% off.
Roomers, 10% off until end of this month. If you're gonna order any of their amazing games, they have 3 of them to choose from, and you know any kind of category that you love will probably be their horror. They have the the adventure.
And then I would classify Double Major as like a fun sci-fi type suspense type. That's just me. And also, secret phrase, if you haven't typed it already, is puzzle games are my crack. Make sure you put that in any social media platform that we are showcasing this video, and you will automatically be entered in a raffle for the S.O.U.P package.
Yes.
Right.
And now they're gonna go write more Post-its.
Yes, that's all we've got going for us right now.
The gloves have to continue, and the Post-its need to be used.
So Crystal Jones just chimed in. She said, this was a hilarious episode. Thanks, guys. You are so welcome.
And Julian's very excited for the next game.
Yeah, so are we.
So are we.
So Ross too.
4 or 5 of us.
We'll keep you posted.
Yes.
We have one more question. Jason
Oh, Jason just says, way to go.
Crandall said, way to go, you two. He loves you both.
Love you back.
Love.
Anybody else have any questions? Feel free to chime in here or, ask us, and we can relay the questions to them.
Before Angela falls on the floor with her drink.
Yeah, I was having to try it out before we started because I'd never made one. I'm good at it though. I got it down.
From the house alcohol, which we don't know what it is, which could be very dangerous.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. It was such a fun interview. If anyone missed the live version, we're going to have them on
YouTube and
our
IGTV, and also if you have a Facebook account, this video will we're actually going to edit this video, and it'll be in our series channel under Escape the Rumors.
In Facebook, yes.
And I just want to say one more thing. I can't believe that we made it to episode 10 already.
Yeah, you guys are amazing.
You guys are episode 10. Thank you so much to all the viewers.
Mother team.
Yeah, I think this is the first time, like we've seen families, husband and wife, like Bluefish Games, but mother-daughter team, this is a first, and I think we've got wonderful chemistry.
Yeah.
You can tell by what you are creating and putting out together. It's really amazing.
Thank you.
I feel like my mom would just be like, no, you do everything.
Yeah, trust me, we were there. We weren't kidding about the bag either.
Yeah.
I seriously thought I was gonna wake up and she'd been up all night making a squirrel sock puppet or something. So
Aww. Squirrel puppets now. Thank you, guys.
thank you.
so much.
We'll see
Bye,
you
guys.
next episode.
3 hits left for me to choose. 2 hits left for me to use. 1 hit left for me to move. Time is running out, gotta figure something out. 3 hits